Hi, this is Steve, and in this video I would like to share with you 5 simple phrases which can help you to make yourself happy every day. I think happiness is something which is everybody's desire, but only a few are able to achieve it truly. I think most of us fall into the same mistake at some point in our life because we desperately think that happiness will knock on our door and it will change everything immediately. Personally, I said so many times the following sentences in my past. I will be happy when I finally buy a car. I will be happy when I finally get my promotion. I will definitely be happy when I finally pass my exam. And so on. But guess what happened? Nothing has changed after any of these kind of successes in my life. But if these kind of successes didn't provide the solution for my own happiness, then what else could? That was the point in my life when I realized that I can't expect to be happy from the mentioned external factors, but rather I need to improve myself inside. I must work for my own happiness as it is only important for me, and nobody else cares about it in this world. My personal conclusion was in the end that happiness is a chain of act and a decision rather expecting from some kind of external goal or achievement. For this reason, I already implemented a positive mindset into my life and I always try to be the best of myself as much as possible. Right now in this video, I would like to share with you 5 simple phrases which helps me to feel myself happy every single day. Let's see the first one. Love you. I know it sounds like a cliche, but trust me, expressing your love is one of the easiest ways to feel yourself happier. Human beings are basically want to socialize, and even if you are an introvert like me, we all need at least one person in our life who can fulfill our needs and desires. We all need somebody who is listening us when we feel ourselves down. On the other hand, it is also satisfying when we can take care of our loved ones. Unfortunately, the mill of everyday life can shatter this image sometimes and forget to express how much we love our friends and family members. We take for granted that they are always on our side, and in the end we forget to appreciate their presence. Sadly, most of us realize that kind of mistake when it's already too late, and it can be one of the biggest regrets in our life. Unfortunately, the human nature loves to appreciate things what we don't have or what we have already lost. So right now you can ask, what is the solution to avoid the mentioned mistake? Anytime if you feel that things are not going the way as you planned, just stop for a second and ask from yourself, are these things really matter? Most of the time we care too much about things which are absolutely not as important as we think. Instead of this kind of unnecessary care, go to your family members and friends and hug them, and don't forget to say love you, because you appreciate them and you are lucky to be with them. It's not a shame if you express your gratitude towards them, because we never know when we need to leave this world. All in all, don't hesitate to share your true feelings with the people who you love the most. And don't forget to say loudly and proudly, I love you. Thank you. Personally, I love to express my gratitude sentences like thank you. I try to pay attention to say this as much as I can during my day to the people I meet. I don't like to use it only for my friends and relatives, but I love to say when I order a cup of coffee or during my grocery shopping. I strongly believe that the people who are working in the mentioned places, I really appreciate when they meet with a customer who are treating them the way they should be treated. I truly believe that my words can brighten up their day, especially when they had difficulties with an impolite or rude customer. Furthermore, everybody loves when somebody appreciates their work. I think thank you can be so powerful that if it comes from the right people's mouth, it can boost up motivation to the maximum level, which is especially true in different kind of workplaces. And I think sometimes this is exactly what we need. Not more money or better work conditions, but rather recognition and kindness. Lastly, saying thank you not only will brighten up others' day, but it will affect your day too. From my perspective, I love the feeling when I can cheer up somebody with this kind of simple sentence, and I see their expression, how they react to my simple words. It can be especially spectacular when I see the contrast what I have mentioned previously, that how their mood can be affected by these kind of words very quickly and easily. I think if this won't make you happy, then I don't know what else can. No. This might be particular for you how saying no can make you feel yourself happy every day, but let me explain. I have noticed this on myself at my previous workplace when I tried to chase my career ladder so hard that I said yes to every single task what others gave to me. I truly believe that if I develop a positive presence around me at my workplace, then it will help me to fasten up my career possibilities. After a couple of months, people recognized my behavior and they started to approach me even with tasks which are not complex and they can manage it with an ease, but I never said no to them. Later, I started to realize that I feel frustration and anger because the mentioned colleagues just take advantage of me. It was an eye-opening moment for me when I realized that I am working constantly on their tasks. Meanwhile, they chit-chatted with a cup of coffee in the office kitchen. Moreover, I started to experience a strong contrast between what I said and what I felt. At some point, I felt that if I say no to the mentioned request, it might affect my final goals in the end. I clearly remember that after a rough day, I arrived at home and I was sick of my work and I asked from myself, why I am doing this? Am I happy? What is the reason behind my actions if I don't enjoy the process itself? And that was the day when I realized that no matter what other things, I won't risk my own happiness and health, and I will not give up on myself just because somebody wants to hear a certain thing from me. And I know it is difficult because there are certain situations in our life and we can't say no, but I highly suggest you to practice saying no as much as you can for a happier life. Lastly, saying no can also help you to avoid toxic and narcissist people. Just ask from yourself how many times we spent our precious time with somebody whose company we don't enjoy at all, simply because we are afraid to say no to them. But let me clear it for you right now. It's not a shame if you don't want to listen somebody's complaint all the time. It's not a shame if you say no to somebody who is already in the captivity of negativity and you don't want to get involved into this. All in all, practice saying no in the situations where you feel that you don't want to get involved. Trust me, it will help you to get aligned with your emotions, and this is exactly what you need if you want to feel yourself happier in the everyday's life. I am grateful for. Practicing gratitude plays a huge part in our own happiness. In this world, we tend to feel sometimes that we are less valuable than others, and even if we try to avoid it, we are constantly comparing ourselves to others. We set ourselves for further goals, how we should buy a new car or a luxurious vacation, because one of our friends on social media is exactly doing this right now. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, these kind of goals might provide happiness, but only for a short term. Most of the time, the disadvantages of these kind of mindset are overruling the advantages, and that's why it can affect happiness in a negative way. In the continuous competition, we can easily forget how far we came already, and we might forget to enjoy the results because we always set further and further goals for ourselves. We are constantly seeking for achieving more and more, and I think this is a crucial problem which can affect our happiness. Afterwards, if you don't want to feel yourself miserable, then I highly suggest you to start practicing gratitude. And don't get me wrong, I don't say that you should give up achieving further and further goals in your life. However, if you never enjoy and appreciate what you have already achieved, then what's the point? Would you like to spend your entire life chasing more and more goals, but never take a moment to recognize how far you came? Life is an amazing journey, and if you would like to feel yourself happier, then I suggest you to find happiness in other aspects in your life, instead of seeking more and more. Be grateful that you have a family. Be grateful that you are healthy. Be grateful that you are able to work, that you have friends. Right now I have only mentioned a few examples for you, and I am quite sure that you can find a lot of things already in your life what you can be grateful for. Lastly, regarding your goals, don't forget to enjoy the journey itself because it is more important than the final results itself. Keep in mind that every single minute that you spend with something but you don't enjoy is a wasted time. I forgive you. The last simple phrase that I can suggest you to implement into your everyday life is I forgive you. I believe that if our soul is restless, then our body will follow this mindset and sooner or later physical symptoms will appear. According to new studies, scientists already found out that there are strong correlations between different kinds of cancers and psychological conditions. We already know that if we are unable to practice forgiveness, then it can lead to further health concerns. And I think none of us would like to spend all of our days with carrying heavy weights on our shoulders. Shortly, don't let your ego overcome on rationality and don't let your anger affect your own happiness. If you feel that you can't forgive somebody, I would suggest you to spend time on figuring out how you can discuss the situation instead of letting your anger eat you alive. Not forgiving a significant other is one of the most common mistakes that people regret in their final moments, so don't fall into the same mistake like others. Instead, think the whole thing through, forgive, give a huge smile and be happy once again. So that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and you might start to implement these kind of phrases into your everyday life. And if I might miss something or you would like to add anything, please don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, and see you next time.